Hi everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So the time has finally come. I've done 1,000 Another Dungeon runs, and now this is the final dialogue between Aldo and the Nameless girl. So if you haven't been keeping up in reading the short dialogue between her and Aldo, every 200 encounters into Another Dungeon, she'll tell you a little bit more about herself. So when she first came, and you first encountered her for the first time, she didn't know her name, she couldn't remember anything, and every time you talked to her again, she had a little bit more and more. And the very last time she said, "Are you sure you want to help me? Because the outcome might be bad." And you can see that she is a weapon that's been sent from another time zone to destroy Aldo, because by him choosing to save one world, unfortunately it ended her world. And you can also see that the other dungeons are basically a tool for the Nameless girl to gather data about all his special moves, his tendencies, and his attacks, in order for this android, I guess, to formulate the appropriate battle strategy to defeat Aldo and his party. So, unfortunately, we will have to fight the Nameless girl and stop her from destroying Aldo and obviously this world as well. So I've actually really enjoyed each part of the dialogue between her and Aldo, because you're always guessing to see what's next. And obviously, I've only been able to unlock this now. There are lots of spoilers out there, but I tried not to read too much into it. I do know that she has lots and lots of AoE attacks, and almost all of them are magic based. She does have some single target physical attacks, but they aren't the ones that can wipe out your party. So the first thing you can see she does is she locks your AF bar so you have no access to it. So you can see the team I'm starting with, and Annabelle's there for Holy Saber to reduce intelligence, and Mariel's got the Aurora Force. Even Mighty's there for Aqua Wall. Now, I know it's not always going to be water attacks, but the Aqua Wall does have some type resistance in there to help with magic defense. And at this point, she's resistant to all attacks, so this is not the time to be trying to damage her. This is more of a time to outlast her and see what she does next. Because you can see, even the Nightmare Gift would normally do anywhere from 10 to 15,000, maybe more with a weakness, and it did barely 2,000. So like you can see, I'm still trying to land Holy Saber. She did say, "Are you ready for this?" And I knew that she was going to do her first major attack. So Hard Bane is the first one you have to really watch out for. It basically reduces everyone in the party to 1 HP. So if you can rotate everyone out and let one person take the hit that's best, then obviously in this case I'll rotate back Mariel the healer and my other party, and remove Annabelle from any harm. Azami also comes into play with her Valor Chant reducing 25% intelligence. So definitely the recommended team would be have a lot of elemental or magic type resistance. If you want to bring some attackers, that's fine, but really, again, I emphasize that you just have to outlast all her magical attacks. So Aurora Force comes into handy really a lot here. And you can see that laser beam attack, again, another magic AoE. So although, there's no way to charge the AF bar and I'm hardly doing any damage, I'll still do a single attack. Ouch, another Void Wave. So with Aurora Force, it does about 1,200 to 1,300 damage, so well within surviving with a 5-star team. I'm actually not sure if she has a set move set or if it's just random. but I do think that it's actually based on her dialogue. So as she talks to you, and she'll do different moves. So that is Absolution, which is like a meteor style attack. Does 1450 damage to everybody regardless of defense. If you've noticed, I am using Culmination Winds for Azami. Not that it does a lot of damage, but later on, if I can land a lot of debuffs on her, when the time is right, then I can unleash the damage and hopefully end the battle. So again, Hard Bane, reduce everyone to 1 HP. She doesn't seem like she acts very quickly. She is faster than Mighty, but you know, all the rest of the heroes I have are a little bit faster than her, especially Mariel. And obviously by that, I can just use Pure Cradle and heal up any Hard Bane attack. So you can see the single target damage there, physical. 1500 to Annabelle. I also brought Elemental Wall with Annabelle to add to the additional elemental defense. So again, just heal turn after turn, deal some damage whenever you can, protect yourself here. And again, I kind of feel sorry for her. She was programmed to defeat Aldo, and really, she didn't really have a choice in that sense. You know, she was just an android sent from the future to try to destroy her. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm sure Aldo will find a way to help her. For now, we just have to bide our time. So I know a lot of you may not have gotten all the way to the end here, but make sure if you haven't talked to her recently, if she does have an exclamation mark on top of her head, make sure you just talk to her and see what kind of dialogue shows up, because it's not able to be repeated from what I can understand, but it's good to kind of keep track of what's going on, so that you know it's just another little hidden gem that the makers of Another Eden have put into this game, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So you can see I am losing my MP at quite a quick rate, but again, it should be fine, because at the end of the day, once she figures out what she wants to do with us, then hopefully we'll be able to defeat her. And you'll see what I mean shortly. And again, Hard Bane with a 1 HP left over. So she's trying to convince us to give up, and of course, why would I want to die on purpose? Alright, so another round of Aqua Wall, Pure Cradle. So you can see at this point she's starting to hesitate, and now she says, please stop me. So at this point, we have full access to the AF bar. You can see that the attacks that were being resistant were finally able to be weak to her. So we're going to use the same strategy. I did bring Suzette and Serene, both of which will boost the power with the Valor Chat. And now you can see she hesitates. Her Hard Bane became Agony, which basically did single-digit damage. And I'm going to bring everyone back in and unleash 1 AF. And with weakness to all attacks, magical and physical, this should be over after this time. So again, no big deal. Don't need a healer at this point. She hesitates again. And it's time to unleash the AF. So you can see that Culmination Winds does come into handy here. I do have 2 wind attackers. And all that's left is to defeat her and read the rest of the dialogue. I really like that Serene can approach 200,000 with a single hit, actually. And the IDA finisher. And that's the end of the battle. That was really, really, really awesome.
I'm glad you saved her, Dad.
I'm glad too. So, after that entire battle, she decided to act on her own free will instead of her programming, and gave us an opportunity to defeat her so that she wouldn't be forced into being a weapon of mass destruction. Now, she comes back to Earth, literally, and thanks Aldo for her help. And again, the end part of this dialogue is also very touching, being that she's going to try to be less of a robot and more of a human with her own free will and volition. And again, Aldo being the ever gentleman to say, I'm sure you will. So all that's left is to see what kind of rewards we get for this, being that she is an optional and hidden boss. I was actually really excited to have the chance to defeat her. After all, 1,000 trips into another dungeon is quite the achievement. It also shows how much I spent on this game. And I'm wondering in the future whether or not the world that she came from will end up being in one of the side quests or future additions to the game. I guess we'll have to see. And that's really nice that at the end of all that, there weren't any hard feelings between the two of them. And so now we find out actually her real name. So that's, again, a nice little touching part to kind of wrap up the story and give you a little bit of a, insight into why she was there and why the dungeons are there. So again, after all that, you do get a gold badge and a few chronostones for your trouble. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.